Rupi Kaur has this poem in her book, The Sun and Her Flowers, which says, "When snow falls, I long for grass. When grass grows, I walk all over it. When leaves change color, I beg for flowers. When flowers bloom, I pick them." Unappreciative. So this poem talks about our lack of appreciation for what? The simple things, like the snow, the grass, the leaves, the flowers, right? And what is that a symbolization of? Well, we lack appreciation for the seasons that we are growing through. It's like we're all about the blooming, when in fact we are meant to go through cycles and seasons of wilting, falling, rooting, rising, and blooming. And then again, wilting, falling, rooting, rising, and blooming. Over and over and over and over again. That is why the Bloom Beyond Perfectionism program is structured the way it is, with the seasons of wilt, fall, root, rise, and bloom. And it's not about going from wilting and being a perfectionist on one hand to blooming and living a life of freedom, right? And having a business of freedom beyond that perfectionism when you're blooming. It's not about going from A to B. It's not. It's about the seasons that you are growing through on the journey. Understanding too that this is not a linear game. This is not the way that our rational mind think it is. No, if you look at most things, also the Bloom Beyond Perfectionism program, it's always structured in a circular cycle, right? In a way where one thing oftentimes lead to another and another and another, and they go back around. So it's structured in a way where everything just comes full circle, right? So it's so important to be able to find appreciation in that and understanding that oftentimes you can go from wilting in 1 second to blooming in another to wilting again next. And so why aren't we joyful for the moments on our journey through the seasons of wilting, falling, rooting, rising, and blooming? Why aren't we taking appreciation in the joyful moments here and there in between? Why aren't we simply breathing and taking a moment of gratitude, of appreciation for what it is that we do have? That brings me over to another quote by Rupi that says, "You have so much, but are always hungry for more. Stop looking at everything you don't have and look around at everything you do, where the satisfaction lives." Yes, that's where the satisfaction lives. It lives in what it is that you do have. And at this point in the personal growth industry, you might be tired of the whole stay grateful, you know? You might be tired of hearing, do some journaling prompts where you're just writing down what you're grateful for every morning. You might be tired of hearing that, and you might actually be doing it. But are you doing it as a chore? Are you doing it just to do it? Just to tick it off the list? Because that is what a lot of high performers with perfectionism tend to do. Or are you actually finding yourself creating a habit of thought, habit of attention, where you actually begin to notice and see in your day to day what it is that you could be grateful for. What's the point of doing gratitude journaling if you're not actually practicing it in your day to day? Now, what I say is that the way that you do one thing is oftentimes the way that you do everything. So the way that you actually journal on gratitude can really help the way that you actually engage in life beyond this journaling prompt, beyond the whole gratitude writing, right? It's the same thing with yoga. It's like you can step on the yoga mat and you can just move around without actually being present with your body, and you won't actually see any difference in your day-to-day when you step off the yoga mat. But if you're actually present with your body, with yourself, with your spirit, with the sunflower and bloomer within on the yoga mat, you then practice that off the yoga mat too, more easily. Because the way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything. You can find so much more appreciation then, right? When you're able to, from moment to moment, practice gratitude. Not just when you're supposed to be doing it, when you should be doing it, but in the challenging moments too. What if the challenging moments in your life and business, what if those moments actually were part of the plan, were part of your journey, that they weren't to be fixed, that they were just challenges, challenging you to deepen your trust and faith in the universe, that everything is working out for you, never to you. This, to me, having faith in the universe, that everything is happening for me, never to me, that is what makes me appreciative. It makes me appreciative of every single thing, every single person that I encounter, every conversation that I have, every single challenge that I meet. And I encourage you to practice that too. To begin to actually appreciate the snow, appreciate the grass, appreciate the leaves, appreciate the flowers. Because they're all valuable, they're all meaningful, they're all fulfilling. They're all there for a purpose. They serve a purpose. And it's all about being able to rejuvenate in that. Rejuvenate in the seasons that you're growing through. Noticing what you could be grateful for in this very season of where you are. Where you find yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically. Right? You get to choose appreciation over and over and over again. And the more you appreciate, the more you'll find that your magnetism is on fire. You'll be such a magnet, you have no clue. You'll magnetize opportunities, wonderful aligned people that have aligned values to you and aligned visions. You'll magnetize so many beautiful things that this world has to offer when you are staying appreciative. It's not about being appreciative all the time, because that's an unrealistic standard that can only create pressure onto you. Yeah? It's about being able to just at least set the intention to be appreciative for whatever comes your way. Releasing control, releasing attachment to the outcome with love. That is how the appreciation can begin to grow. When you see that, I'm actually safe to let go. I'm safe to not be attached to this outcome. I'm safe to release expectations here. That's when the appreciation is able to shine through, because you're not so rigid, so tense, so hyper-focused. This is when you're able to see beautiful things come into your life. In the Bloom Beyond tribe, which I've created for both guests, free guests, I call them sunflowers, and paid clients, which are bloomers. In the Bloom Beyond tribe, we together have an intention of being grateful, of being appreciative, of shifting our focus to what it is that is wrong and right, to looking at the shades in between. That's where the gold is. So you can go to bloombeyond.com/apply to join. We have monthly cohorts. There's a waiting list to join. You can get on that waiting list now so that you too can really cultivate this appreciation for all the seasons that you are growing through, so that you can freaking enjoy the journey. That it's not all about the end destination. It's not all about the blooming. It's about who it is that you're growing in the process and how you feel as you grow. That is what matters. So go to bloombeyond.com/apply to apply, and we will have a look at your application, and you'll be invited, right? If we feel that you are serious about overcoming perfectionism, that you're done with it, that you're done with constantly hustling, going from one thing to the other, and that you're ready, that you are committed to be appreciative. You get a free monthly cohort in this group, again, with my clients, my high-ticket clients, as well as other sunflowers. So we're in there, sunflowers, bloomers, me, and the team as well. So stay grateful, stay appreciative, set the intention for that. And you will see that there's so many beautiful things to be grateful for, to be appreciative for, regardless of what season you're in. And because you are a sunflower, you are a bloomer already, right now, deep within. It's just about choosing it. And part of choosing it is also coming into this group to claim it fully and completely. Stay bright, brave, and balanced.